And we're live.
Yeah.
So forgive me. I've been watching some Fox News lately, not by my own choice. I've just been in places where it's playing,
Okay.
and you know, it's there. It's like fucking in the movies where they like put on the government news channel and they play the propaganda, and like you just have to watch it, like Starship Troopers, and like a Verhoeven film.
Yeah.
And they were talking about the crisis at the border. Apparently, I don't know. And look, I like being fact checked on this because I don't know the truth, and I frankly don't care enough to look into it because it just doesn't matter to me. I'm not being overrun by migrants here at my house or anything, so why do I give a fuck? Seems like a Texas problem. And but they were saying that like the amount of migrants showing up had like doubled or maybe even tripled since, you know, the new presidency. And they show videos of migrant caravans again, which I haven't seen since early in the Trump presidency or something like that.
I remember hearing them say that it was going up because one of the things Biden did, I think before he been in office, was saying there'd be a 100-day moratorium on like immigration deportations or like arrest, something like that. Arrest,
and
maybe.
they found one of these Hondurans, and he was, I don't know where Fox News dug this hombre up, but he was just like, President Biden is going to save us. He is going to give us a house. He is going to give us a job. He is going to give each of us two white women slaves. And your daughters, you watching these? Your daughters will be my bitch. President Biden, he give me everything I need. I don't have to work. So he's turning into Russian
now
for some reason. I don't know why he's
revealing myself to be a false flag as we speak.
That's the other thing that the right will claim sometimes. Like, these aren't even South Americans. These are Eastern European dissidents sweeping in through South America, infiltrating the because that was the big concern.
Like you got like some guy named Yuri Gazvazov in a sombrero. Yeah. You're like, oh, hola. Like,
Mr. Pachinko, you're a Honduran resident. Tell us, how do you think your life is going to be better in the United States? I think I will be able to do many great things when I get to the United States.
You think it's going to be good, but the whole time I will miss fucking Honduras. Honduras. I'll miss home.
Honduras. Yeah. But he was just, I don't know where they dug him up, but he was perfect. He was just like, Biden's gonna give me this and that, and Biden's gonna fucking pay my rent. He's got a job lined up for me. He's got a house. My kids are gonna go to the school for free and get their free lunches there. Like he was laying out every conservative nightmare, right? That you're gonna have to pay for somebody's fucking free lunch, literally. And I'm watching it and I'm like, God damn it. I don't know what the truth is, and there's no way to know anymore without fucking going there with a pair of binoculars, I think.
And by the time I walk out to the parking lot, I'll be thinking about something else. I'll have stopped caring. I'll be thinking about what my next meal is going to be. Or
I'm thinking about it now, I guess, but only, you know, in the context of, I think it's an interesting topic. Like
yeah,
they made it seem like there was a huge uptick in, you know, people coming. Obviously, Biden shut down all construction of that wall, and we, you know, mixed feelings on the wall. I like the idea of a barrier. Never thought a wall was all that practical. It was funny to joke about. But like, especially when Game of Thrones was a thing, you know, it was like clearly a wall is the way to go. It's kept the North safe for 2,000 years. The Andals and the First Men agree a wall is the answer here. So it was funny then, but like now it's just like, shit, is there any way to even build a fucking wall? And then you see those pictures of people like going through the Trump wall, like the same way cats do, like a slotted fence. They're just like, they turn into liquid and just walk right through the fucking
Part of
thing.
the issue is like the wall's $1 billion, but then like a cordless angle grinder is 60 and it defeats it. And it's like, the cost benefit on this is yucky. So I've been hurriedly trying to fact check since you mentioned it.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how well I'm doing here, but it appears that there's a new Mexico law, not a U.S. one, that means that we can't release our migrants back into Mexico. A lot of these guys are from Central America. And Mexico's like, why the fuck are they like dumping them in Mexico? They're coming from Central America. Like, they're not even Mexican. Why do you just... And we're like, well, I don't know. Then you just dump them the rest of the way.
Yes, they have to be a citizen here.
If they're brown, they go down.
So and on
Yuri
the other side,
Honduras.
I don't know this for a fact, but I have a feeling Trump would be like, well, fuck your law, that's what we do. You know, I don't know, but apparently under Biden, they're releasing these Central Americans just back into Texas. Like they catch them and they say, well, you guys head back on your own. And then they release them in Texas, where of course they stay.
Yeah.
So
that's a good long-term
there's
solution.
a thing there. Yeah. That based on I found like 2 or 3 articles. That's what I put together.
Am I the only one who liked the children cages?
I loved them. They're great. They were.
I was so 100% pro child cage. Because like frankly, the way I see it is, I do think you're breaking the law when you literally invade another country. There is no way to look at it other than you're invading another country illegally, right? Oh, but they were looking for peace and prosperity and blah blah blah. So yeah, it was a peaceful and prosperous invasion of another country then. Well, no, they were fleeing this and that. Okay, so they ran in fear while they invaded another country. All right, I get that. So like, what do you do with people who are criminal aliens, which apparently is a slur now to call somebody a criminal fucking alien? Like they broke a law coming here. They're criminal. They're from somewhere else. They're an alien. These are the definition of words. You can't just start changing. Oh wait, we can change the definition of words every time they offend someone. So like, look, what do you do with some criminals that you've caught? Either you turn them loose into the country, which is what they wanted to begin with, or you lock them up until you can like see what you're going to do about them. All right, well, they got kids with them. What do you do with the kids? Do you lock children up with adults in prison? Because that seems to be the other side's argument. No, you're twisting our words. We don't want you to lock anybody up. Okay, so now you want the catch and release. Oh, we don't like it when you call it that. All right, well, we wanted to catapult them back over the wall into Mexico, and you were down on that. So what's your third solution?
It seems like the only kind thing to do is kind of rough to pull off, which is like family jails, right? And like, all right, Kyle and the wife and the kids came in. We're doing a little family cell over here.
Yeah.
But I'm pro kennel. I mean, we got it in our yard. Bad grades roll in. Colin smarts off. I've got them trained like dogs. Like, yep, in the kennel. Go.
Up,
and
up.
And they go, they sit in the kennel.
You're like Brad Pitt and fucking Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and just right into the kennel.
And in she goes.
Yeah, I was pro child fucking jail because it's like, what do you do with little mischievous invaders? You got to lock them up somewhere.
And now make sure the people bringing them over also aren't human trafficking them, because I think that's where pretty much all the human trafficking comes from, is across our border with Mexico.
That's the challenge and the idea I pitched, right? Like, you know, like, hey, is this a family unit? What, a human trafficker is going to say, no, that's not my kid. So now you're putting kids in with, coyotes, I think they're called.
Coyotes.
And, you know, so it's a coyote, if you didn't know.
You can't just take everyone at their word.
He's a human trafficker, yeah.
He's a human trafficker. Yeah, I was waiting. So anyway, these are hard problems, and there's no obvious solution that like works and is humanitarian and is cost effective, and it's why it's not solved.
Well, it seems like one side.
What would Mexico do if I snuck in there? Like, would they put me in jail?
They'd send you back.
They'd sell you souvenirs.
They'd sell me to Honduras or Venezuela or something.
They'd offer you a whore.
I'd be in mine in Venezuela.
Can you imagine arguing your point? Like, all right, we are sending you to Honduras where you belong. You're like, what? I'm an American. We don't care. Wait, no. Don't do this to me.
Mexico? Nobody's gonna fucking check, man. Nobody's gonna know where you are.
Have you guys been to Mexico?
You ever see the video? The video I saw on Fox News again was, it looked to me like El Salvadorians and Hondurans and those kind of folks trying to get into Mexico, and they're in a big crowd just walking down the street like it's a parade.
Yeah.
And they're being whipped like mules in the street, like by riot police. Like they have like these bendy batons that look like what you use to like a racing crop, like a rider's crop.
Damn.
And they're whipping the piss out of these people, just really giving it to them as hard as they can. And the people are just like, oh God, it hurts. Prosperity's hard. And it's like, wasn't there a legal way to get in? Like, can't you apply for this shit? Like I know plenty of people who have, I don't know, like my friends from Australia and New Zealand are talking about like, yeah, I want to do a US trip. And I'm thinking in my head, I bet they're not going to run a gauntlet of writing crops to get here. They're gonna file some paperwork.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems like I wonder if it's hard to get. Obviously, it's hard to get a citizenship.
Oh,
That's
wait,
not what I'm talking
yeah.
about. I'm
Yeah,
talking
it's
about
very hard.
overstaying a visa, right? Like I went to Japan. I had to get a visa or something. I had to get some sort of paperwork. If I had just stayed, I'd have become an illegal alien after it wore out.
Mhm.
But isn't that easy? Isn't that a nice way to get into the country? There were no riding crops. I like that.
That's how
can't
it works.
Because then you can't, if you can't get hired. I mean, you have no paperwork to get hired. You can't file your taxes.
I'm pretty sure the
nobody can hire
croppies don't have paperwork either. I'm just saying, like, if you're going to invade a country, get a visa and stay too long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the easiest way to do it.
That's how white people do it.
I think that is the most of the illegal immigration is overstayed visas.
That's
I've
how
heard
like
that.
so
That
many
was a counter
Canadians
wall
do
argument.
it. That's how like so many like Europeans do it. They just overstay their visas. And you see it in like movies and fiction all the time when they're like having a real hard time with someone who's like an Aussie or a Brit or something, and they discover, he overstayed his visa. We can kick him out for fuck all. We got him now, boys. It's like, yeah, that's kind of how it works.
I feel like you could do that with like neighborly disputes. Like, your tree has fallen on my fence. And it's like, well, fuck, it sounds like a you problem. If it's your fence, well, we'll see what INS thinks.
Yeah.
I think you're looking at this in the wrong light. It's the reality is the U.S. was built on slave labor, and it continues to exist on slave labor.
Mhm.
And our system is set up perfectly so that we can continually drag slave labor into the system and turn everyone into slaves. Meanwhile, guys like us can treat the problem like it's complicated and debate it and talk about it all day while we are while everyone in the country is depressed into slavery.
I have a question. I have an idea, and I'm thinking. Thank you.
No,
You really helped. You've led me down a bright white path of glory here. You've illuminated me.
Okay.
How about we set up a system where if you want to be a citizen, you become an indentured laborer for a certain amount of time for a major corporation. Okay.
Oh,
You go work in an Amazon sweat factory, and they're always complaining,
We'll
these guys
call
don't
it
get to
the
take piss breaks.
H1B.
You think fucking Javier from Honduras cares about a piss break? He's been pissing in a jug for weeks walking across the Mojave. All right. He don't give a fuck. He's just happy to be indoors.
Doesn't this continue to fuck the middle class with increased immigration causing stagnation of wages?
no, they're already slaves. That's the best part. They have no more income.
No.
Income
You get
and
paid
more
at Amazon gift cards from the government.
Yeah. So your
the
income goes to boosting real estate boomers.
Yeah.
So this is purely a middle class booster, Taylor. Okay.
Just a boost.
Don't imagine that Amazon is getting free labor. Amazon has to pay the same hourly wage, the same healthcare benefits. One of their employees just gets to go not come to work for 3 days a week. It's like, all right, Mike, here's your servant Javier. He fills in for you on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Enjoy the 4-day weekends
shouldn't be a
and
government
your
program
continued
at
health
all.
benefits.
I feel like if Mike is ambitious, if Mike is an entrepreneur, a thinker, he should be outsourcing his job, right? Mike earns the job, Mike gets hired, and then he just gets Javier to do it.
Yeah, he has Javier, and then he's
the government handles all of that. This way, Mike can become an entrepreneur if he wants. He can start his own business, get himself a whole bunch of other
Javiers.
indentured. What's a better word for slave?
Interns.
Interns. He can get himself his own group of brown interns, and they can be working for his company. Of course, he is paying wages to the U.S. citizens who would normally fill those positions, who also get to go out and become entrepreneurs.
Now, Javier, I'm putting
a beautiful
Pablo
system.
and Paco underneath you. They are part of your downline now. Now you're going to get a percentage of it. You set up.
You got like 18 Hondurans hawking Mary Kay now.
Man, this is such a better life when I get my own pink Cadillac. It's like, God damn it, I didn't expect this to work, but Javier is killing it.
No, but like maybe there is a system where you work for your citizenship, right? Like I think military service would be a good one. Like we're always complaining about that one, right? Like
So I like that idea.
To send us somewhere though.
As a
Like we're always getting involved in wars. We don't want.
No, they're not sending us somewhere. They're sending them somewhere.
Here's my thing. Like, a volunteer army should have motivated people in it, though, right? Like, so let's say I'm a volunteer soldier, right? I'm a regular American. My dad was a soldier. My grandfather was a soldier. Now I'm a soldier. And you stick me with, like, some scripted almost guy.
Oh, they get their own squads.
No, you just got to make sure they're worth it. That's all, right? Like I've heard that the volunteer guys in Vietnam didn't really like working with the drafted people in Vietnam because they had a different mindset towards the war. So I'm just trying to apply that to this.
Could that have gone better or worse if we had done these changes? How would Vietnam?
It would have gone better if we bombed the North. God damn it!
Yeah.
We didn't bomb North Vietnam.
No.
Am I stupid? I thought we bombed them all the time, and we
Cities.
drove by with helicopters. Oh, the cities.
Where they were getting all their weaponry and where they were storing
World War
everything,
II did.
and where they actually were, rather than trying to hit a bunch of ants walking down in a jungle path somewhere.